My name is Kenyatta Beasley. I'm a trumpet player that has turned basically into a film composer, and I also write music for TV and radio ads. The part of New Orleans that I'm from is called the West Bank. If you ever visit New Orleans, I would say that 80% of it is on one side of the Mississippi River, and there's 20%. I'm that 20% that's on the other side of the Mississippi River. You're always surrounded by musicians, really great musicians all the time. And it's the whole party-like atmosphere of New Orleans. It gave musicians, a lot of stuff to do. So it was a lot of artistic stuff, a lot of people on the street, a lot of second line. There's a lot of musical activities that I think that you couldn't possibly get anywhere else. And also, it was probably, in my opinion, now that I look back on it, maybe the closest thing that we've had to Africa that was in the United States. Considering that in Congo Square, in the middle of New Orleans, that was probably the first place that slaves were allowed to play instruments, because many slave owners felt slaves would use the drum to communicate certain things to each other. There were a lot of African traditions that were still alive and well that, I really feel since what happened after Katrina might be lost.
Back here, you say you want us to rebuild, you say come back home. Okay, look how you're treating the people that you want to come back home.
The people that they need to have back in New Orleans were basically the poor people who actually gave the city most of its identity and culture. People weren't really thinking about money. It's amazing. They just wanted to have a good time, eat some food. It could be a Wednesday night. You can literally find 5 or 6 things just outside in different parts of town to go to. They need to get those people back. You need them, yet they don't want them. And those people are literally caught. They're like hanging out there. So, on top of that, New Orleans isn't a city of change. It's a city of tradition and culture. So whenever you force change upon people who are not used to change, that's not a great thing. The musicians approach everything in a relaxed manner. Nobody's in a hurry. It's not like New York where it's, everybody's rushing somewhere with no place to go, but it's yet just millions of people scurrying around. New Orleans, it's basically, hey, how you doing? You're going to the corner store. You want some beer? You want some crawfish? That's all reflected in the music.